This is called a relationship spread. We do two separate people and we see where's this relationship going. Sometimes I do this kind of spread when they had a breakup or they're thinking it's almost over, or is it really over? Those kind of questions come up a lot in the reading. So I'm going to call this the relationship spread, and you'll see how it works very easily. One person is on this side and we focus on that one person first. Now, recently they made a move or a change in their life and they feel like it's the right move. So if they've shifted or moved away or distanced themselves, this is probably their way of saying, but it's my work, or look, I've got to look after my career. So it's kind of like that kind of a shift they're using as kind of like the excuse. Money, finances, they're trying to work themselves out. They have some sort of legal stuff going on, some sort of contracts or signings happening in their life. And they do remember the love and the friendship base you once had, but they're also trying to work out how this fits in their life. And they're worried and they're concerned that sometimes this is not of balance, and they're trying to find that balance again, but it's becoming more harder for them. They're non-committal or indecisive, so at times they're in your life and very strong, and other times it becomes weak and it becomes they're less committed, less there for you, and sometimes you find they're socializing with other people, doing their own thing, and it hurts a little bit when they start to do this. They care about the financials and the material side of life. Now, 4 of those cards against 2 love cards. Think of it like that. I'm not saying they're selfish. I'm just saying their priority is their career, money, or the way they're living, not so much the priority of love first. And that could be what something is happening between the both of you. Now, how are you coping? Well, you're not coping too well because the 5 is some sort of loss, okay? You want that blessing of love the way it was. You want the natural, the organic way of loving this person and being together all the time, or the way it used to be. From the AC, they got the 2, which is intermediate, whereas this one is, I want it the way it was. So the Ace of Cups is a beautiful love card, but that's what you're wanting again. See, you're giving me 5s, and that means you're feeling definitely a bit of a loss. You're struggling with this distance that they are keeping. You can get a bit down or depressed. Please be careful of this. Don't let it overwhelm you. Talk to people. Be focused. Be motivated about your own life. Be independent. Don't let this control your way of feeling all the time about this person. The keys are there if you wish to consider a form of guidance or counselling. Sometimes we're vulnerable in love. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as we are seeking guidance along the way, that we're not overthinking it and overanalyzing. Your cross to bear is you want them to be the one. The problem, the King of Cups doesn't fit the Knight of Cups, because this is the older gentleman or person who can be a little bit less committed, whereas you're saying, but I thought you were the one. I thought this was the real deal. Now, the 4 cards I put down the middle tell us what happens in this relationship. So let's go. You got to take that leap of faith. Leap of faith means take a chance, whether you want to meet other people, whether you want to close that door with this person, not speak to them for a little while. That's taking a risk and walking away, distancing yourself from them. Maybe that's going to make them realize you're not trying, you're not looking anymore. What's she up to? What are they up to? So that could be what's going to cross their minds if you take this risk. There'll be a form of communication. Perfect. The King of Swords is a friendly person. A friendly natured card means this person may reach out because all of a sudden you're not there anymore, or you're not making yourself available anymore. Okay, Queen of Wands. Don't take this wrong, but she's a very sassy person, very street smart, very intuitive, and I've got to use the word flirty, very flirty. So if this is going to come back, it could be fun and games in the beginning, you know, lighthearted in the beginning. End of the day, you're just in a state of limbo all over again, which means, well, we're back on track a little bit. We're starting to talk to each other. We're starting to be a bit intimate together. And then the fact of the Hangman means now we're in a bit of a state of limbo where we're not really a couple, but we're actually back on track talking and communicating through everything we've gone through. So it gives us a bit of hope, but it is a delay card for love. It's a slow burn card for love. That's called a cross relationship spread. I hope you enjoyed that. I do this for relationship questions, and it gives them a bit of an inkling of what you're feeling and thinking, what they're feeling and thinking, and what the opposites are. Hope you enjoyed that. Okay, so the problem is you are looking for the one. You want love, unity, that companionship, the one, you know, the stud, the stallion, whatever you want to call them. And then you've got, well, I'm not entirely sure you're my one. I'm non-committal, I'm indecisive. I want to date you, but I don't want you to take it too serious. So what should you do? Do what the fool said. Go incognito. Take this risk. Be on the dark side a little. Ghost them. We all know those words. Backing off a bit, retreating a little bit, being busy, being occupied. It brings you back to this person saying, hello, how are you? I haven't seen you lately. Are you okay? And you're too sassy for them now. You're too street smart. You're too much like going into your own intuition and saying, oh, well, I've been busy. Oh, I've been occupied. Yeah, I've got friends. I've got things I had to do. Sorry, I've been busy. How you been? That brings it back to a form of communicating, back to a form of maybe down the track physicality, let's call it. It's a fun queen, only queen with her legs spread. We just enjoy her flirtatious humor and charm. And that brings it back to a state of limbo. I'm not saying that's a perfect answer. I'm saying that's a way for you to get them back in your life because they enjoyed the beginning. They just didn't want it to take over their lives, people. And you wanted the real deal. They wanted the real deal, but then they chickened out a little bit. They backed off. Doesn't mean they don't love you. There's 2 love cards there. They just put other things first. That's the problem. Anyway, enjoy. Be the Queen of Wands. She's fun. She's sass. She gets it.